Good morning. Good morning, good people. Today is Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. It is almost 6 o'clock in the morning here in southwestern Nevada. My name is Edward Bevelak with the Department of Career Services, and our goal is to help you, our student, and other interested people on your journey through this life. Where we believe that we have a soul that continues after death. Number one. Number two, what you do now has an impact on what happens next. So we're here to help our students make the most of this heading towards the destination. And we do that in a 4-part transformational program where we focus on the physical, which is fitness and health, mental, always be learning, emotional. If you can't control your emotions, don't worry. Someone else will, and they'll probably take you out of the game. And most importantly, the spiritual, the 4th part. And our spiritual part is based upon the belief, which is based upon the preponderance of the evidence, or clear and convincing evidence, that Jesus was God in the form of man. Jesus was the creator incarnate, that Jesus was God as man. And that all we need to do is what he told us to do. Pretty simple, straightforward. That is contained in this. What if? What if? And yeah. So that's why we're here. Now, our normal coursework is this, the 4-week neuroscience-oriented approach to success, 2021 edition. This is our textbook, and we are in day 4 of week 2 of that 4-week course. It doesn't matter where you start. You could start at day 4, week 2, and go through the whole course. It's 4 modules. Doesn't matter where you start, but you could. We're on day 4, week 2. Week 2 is called Inside My Skull-Sized Kingdom. Day 4, we're talking about stress. The themo of today is stress. Is it a killer or a friend? And we'll talk more about that soon. But first, let's also break this down. So we have our daily podcast, and there's 2 parts of the daily podcast. One is the podcast itself, what we're doing here, whether you watch it live or not live. Most people do not watch it live because it's at 6 o'clock, a little bit too early. It's not in the Goldilocks zone. It's not in the Goldilocks zone. In other words, on the West, it's a little bit too early at 6 o'clock for most people. And in the East, it's a little bit too late at 9 o'clock. And even Central Time, 8 o'clock, not really good. Mountain Time, it might be fine, but that's Mountain Time. Not a lot of people in Mountain Time. So, but anyway, here we are. And you have the podcast, and the purpose of the podcast is primarily to create a routine and build better habits. And then have the proto habit of always doing each habit a little bit better. Every time you do the habit, you do it a little bit better. So 1 is the podcast itself. 2 is the worksheet. The worksheet is where the action is. That's where the experts are in our 4 areas, the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. That's where the action is in the worksheet. And you can get the worksheet off of Facebook, LinkedIn, our websites, down below here. Here, if this is your first time watching, please click on the bell. Please subscribe, share. You know the thing. Okay, and while we're doing this, I'm having my cup of everyday dose mushroom collagen coffee with some coconut oil. Right, there you go. Good morning, Wat Not a Bevy. Prayer, prayer, prayer. Galaxy, galaxy, galaxy. Okay. How are you? How are things in Fort Jacks? Are you at work? All right. While you're putting your answer in there, I'm going to go to the worksheet, and we're going to start with the advice from an 80-year-old. Take charge of your attitude. Don't let someone else choose it for you. Right. So here, emotions, we say, if you can't control your emotions, don't worry, someone else will, and they'll probably take you out of the game. And I would say of probably almost everyone in prison, that is the story. Yeah, I did something I shouldn't have done. Somebody got me upset or whatever. Somebody got my greed going. Someone else controlled my emotions, my emojis. Don't let someone control your emojis. Right? What? Not a bevy? Blessed. I'm off today. I'm seeing Ed soon. Oh, good. Then gym with my friend Holly later. Okay, so say hello to Edward. As always, we miss him. Got my hair cut yesterday. That reminds me to say good morning, Miss Tranquil, wherever you is. My finger itches. My ring finger itches. Whatever that means. Okay, good morning, Miss Tranquil, wherever you are. And yeah, What Not a Bevy. I don't know what that face looks like. Does that have to do with Edward? Okay, back to the worksheet. Seth Godin. Okay. Once again, advice from an 80-year-old. Take charge of your attitude. Don't let someone else choose it for you. Correct. Seth Godin. 4-word advice. When there's a complex situation that feels foreboding, you might need a manual, a coach, or even a system to move you forward. Or it's possible you simply need someone to tell you, you'll figure it out. What do I do now? You'll figure it out. I think I'll start adopting that. Where can we put that in here? Project. Caddyshack. Be the ball, Vinny. You'll figure it out. Seth Godin 432025. There we go. Okay. Got that done. All right. So what? Okay, your ring finger LOL. That's interesting. I guess we can talk about that later. All right, let's get serious here. We're here for camaraderie, to get to know one another, to get that that's what ultimately it's all about, is we need other people. Today, talking about stress, Kelly McGonigal. Inside our skull-sized kingdom, stress is caused by a neurotransmitter called cortisol. Cortisol. That's the fight, flight, or freeze one. Brain cloud. Not sure what to do. Do I fight, flight, or freeze? Cortisol. Well, okay. So Kelly McGonigal, who I believe is still at Stanford with Carol Dweck, at all. The powerful group of people. Duckworth, what's her name? Anyway, stress, killer or friend. So Kelly McGonigal does a good job of talking about the impact of the neurotransmitter cortisol, or the hormone cortisol, what it does, and how it creates the negative parts of stress. And then she switches over to the other neurotransmitter, oxytocin, the cuddle hormone, and talks about how that counteracts cortisol and other things. So, what does cortisol do? It's like a brain freeze. I don't know what to do. And it's essential for our survival. So, way back in the day, when you'd have a caveman, in quotes, with a stick looking for food, he comes upon a bush that rustles. If we didn't have cortisol, he'd either fight or flight. I'll attack the bush. Oops, there's a lion in there. Ripped off my face. Chomp, chomp, I'm dead. Or I could run and it could be a rabbit. I go hungry. So cortisol, in effect, creates a brain clot. I don't know what to do. Meanwhile, other chemicals are rushing through my system that I couldn't eat, adrenaline, whatever. So that if I decide, oops, it's a lion, now I have to fight or flight, or it's a rabbit where I definitely have to fight, I'm ready to do so. But in that meantime, I don't know what to do. Yesterday, Simon Sinek talked about the problem, or one of the things that happens when cortisol is flowing through your body. Other things aren't needed, like your immune system is weakened. You don't really need your immune system if you're in a stressful situation. If you're fight or flight, you don't really need that. Well, the problem is if you have cortisol dripping in your system all day long. So people who are sick a lot generally have a lot of cortisol in their system. They probably feel that they're under a lot of stress. They might be working really long hours and they get tired and stressful. Versus the opposite, people who have a lot of love in their life don't really get sick. So Kelly McGonigal talks about it's not stress that's a problem. Stress is just the natural reaction to what's going on. So cortisol causes our blood vessels to constrict. That means blood pumps through faster, but it puts more pressure on the heart. It makes it harder for the heart because now it's pumping faster and it's under more pressure because the blood vessels have constricted. And the good part about that is it gets the chemicals, other chemicals, through our system a lot faster. Our blood is flowing faster and our arteries are constricted. So it's like getting a garden hose and you put your thumb over the end and the water goes a lot further. Okay, cool, great. Well, what oxytocin does is it dilates the arteries and it repairs the heart. It feels good. It's the feeling you get when you hug somebody or have a little puppy or a baby or somebody you care about hugs you. Okay, so Kelly McGonigal's point is it's not stress that's bad. It's the fear of stress that's bad. If you think stress is bad, it's bad because you're going to probably release more cortisol. Right? Send in more cortisol because, I'm under stress. I need to relax. I can't relax because I'm under stress. And you keep drip, as Simon Sinek says, drip, drip, drip all day long. Where oxytocin stops the flow of cortisol, repairs the heart, puts less pressure on the heart to beat, and life is good. And I think if one hack that we can use is to get that. Our life on Earth is really, really, really short. It's about the width of a hair on our head compared to a 7.84 mile walk. It's nothing. Things that are good, nothing. Things that are bad, nothing. There's not any difference. In the big scheme of 7.84 miles, in the scheme of that, the width of a hair of your head is nothing. If you focus all of your energy on that width of a hair of your head, everything becomes important. Okay, so one hack to use is it doesn't really matter. There's nothing that's really good or bad. What I need to do is keep focused on the destination. And according to Jordan Peterson, that would be this little note to remind yourself, I will be good. I will be good. No matter what happens, I will be good. Plus, when you focus on how bad stress is and feels, it distracts us from positive things. Right. So what Not a Bevy says, and plus, when you focus on how bad stress is and feels, it distracts us from the positive things going on at the same time, versus being mindful and engaged and alert due to stress. Right. Om Niva Shivam. Sophie does it a different way. I do it the way they do it in Pune. Om Niva Shivam. Or we might say home is where we pray. But in my house, we pray after we eat. Right. Okay, we're at 17 minutes in. I think we did a good day. Stress is the natural response to the physical environment. That's what stress is, the natural response. How you think about stress is what results that it's either harmful or good. You can look at it, okay, good. I got cortisol in my system, getting ready for the fight. Once more into the fray. Right, what not a bevy? To the last good fight I'll ever know. Live and die this day. Live and die this day. Okay, so Sophie says Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. That's the non-Pune version. Okay, so we're going to call it a day. Let's go make something happen. Let's get comfortable being uncomfortable. Goodbye, Miss Trinkle, wherever